So I've been playing a little bit of Red Dead Redemption Online recently. I used to play it quite a lot. I never progressed that far, as you can see. I'm only like level 30, but I had a lot of fun with this game. There was a lot of side activities to do. There was always like decent players to interact with. Um, Voice and proximity. That's a really fun feature. Um, None of which are present in GTA 5 Online. None of them. GTA 5 Online is the most toxic, horrible experience I've ever laid eyes on. I played it a lot because my friends played it and I was kind of addicted to the casino for a while. But at the end of the day, I always felt that the game was shallow. Editing me here, I would just like to make it explicitly clear before any fanboys attack me for it, I'm talking exclusively about online in this video, except for when I directly bring up the story. I had a fair bit of fun with the GTA 5 online story. I'm talking about online and the things that I hope to see in Grand Theft Auto 6 online. I'm not, like I said in the video, I'm not that fussed about the story. This is just something I want to put out there that I'm talking about online, not the campaign. For the most part, the characters in the campaign were really good and developed very well by the end of the story. The characters were uninteresting, except for a small few, like the Fooligans people, they were kind of cool. Um, Maybe one or two of your contacts. Of course, Johnny on the spot was fantastic, but here we are in Red Dead and we can just whistle and boom, instant delivery. So they really improved the formula in Red Dead, and the best way that they improved the formula was the weapon wheel. The weapon wheel in this game is the best it's ever been in a Rockstar game ever. And whoops, my bad again. I have to keep my head in once more. When I say weapon wheel, I mean everything in the weapon wheel. Everything. The items, the interactive items, the snacks being so easily accessible, your horse items. I'd imagine it to be like car items. You might have a stored gun in the front. You might be able to refuel or something like that remotely. I don't know what they're gonna do, but what I'm getting at is that the new weapon wheel formula they used, and had that weapon wheel interact with the world in various ways, it was a very good mechanic, and I hope that they keep it. That's what I'm getting at here. I'm not trying to insult uh, GTA's weapon wheel, but it's a fucking atrocity, and you should be ashamed of yourself if you like it. And I did not stutter. It's the best it's ever been, and I will die on this hill, because as fun and chaotic as the combat is in Grand Theft Auto 5, it gets really repetitive and boring when you can pull a rocket launcher out of your back pocket at any second. And don't forget the million rounds of ammunition you have stored up your prison wallet. So I think it's really ridiculous. Whereas, at the very least, on Red Dead Online, all of the weapons that your character is carrying are shown on your person. And it's perfectly, air quotes, believable that he's carrying this much ammunition. It's a little bit bullshit, but it's still a Rockstar game. You're gonna shoot a lot of things, so you're gonna need the ammo. So, what is it I'm getting at here? What exactly do I want to see in GTA 6? Well, in GTA 6, at the very least for the online mode, I would love to see this in the cars. I mean, I don't care. You can have your infinite storage in the car if you want, where every gun you've ever purchased is right there in the car if you really wanted it to be that way. Like that wouldn't ruffle my feathers too much. But what would piss me off a little bit is if it goes back to the GTA 5 weapon wheel. I know some people love it, but dear God, it makes combat so horrible and unfun, because you're not restricted by anything. It's all things considered, the combat's pretty easy. And obviously, it's not like Red Dead's much better in that regard. I mean, look, I just auto-locked onto that guy. But that's a feature in GTA as well, and a feature I imagine is going to be present in GTA 6, at least for the single player. And as far as single player goes, as long as it's got a good story, I'm down. I'm so down. I'm no doomer. I believe in being wary, because let's be honest, AAA developers have failed to deliver their promises for the last. When did Anthem come out? 5 years ago? 5 years? The last 5, 6 years has been pretty rough for games development, at least in the AAA scene. You know, Respawn, they fumbled a couple of bags here and there. EA, they've been dicks the entire time. Activision kind of started the whole $80 price tag thing. So, like, it's steadily gotten worse, and GTA 6 is no different. It's medium tier pre-orders, £112, I think. I think, don't quote me on that, but over 3 digits for a video game that you don't technically own is fucking retarded. I just want to put that out there. But beyond that, it's a ridiculous price point in the first place, but that's not what this video is to get at. All I really want to put across in this video is that I'm looking forward to GTA 6, but I believe we should be skeptically optimistic because of the past. Now, granted, Rockstar has never really done anything too terrible, to my recollection, other than pulling support for Red Dead Online. That makes me want to commit a homicide. And wouldn't you know it, I just did. But when it comes to gameplay for GTA 6 Online, all I really ask for is limited weapons and lots of side objectives, or side activities, if you will. Like how there was hunting, cart robbing, bounty hunting, the camping, probably not going to be a thing, but there should be like apartments and stuff, like a consistent way to make and spend your money that's, you know, rewarding, beyond just hoarding millions and millions of dollars for the sake of it, which is honestly what GTA 5 became at some point, where people were only playing the game to watch that number go up. In my opinion, that's kind of sad. If you want to play the game that way, then that's your prerogative, but I don't play games that way because watching numbers go up, it gets boring. You know, I want gameplay that I get attached to, or that there's some sort of point to, you know, to keep me coming back. And it's got to be fun. And unfortunately for me, GTA 5 lost that fun after not too long a period. I was pretty bored of the game after my first 20 hours in online, and then I somehow managed to sink about 200 hours into it overall. Honestly, I'm a little shocked that when I looked at my stat for GTA 5 just the other day, I was like, fuck me. I spent a lot of time on a game I don't enjoy. But that being said, I still believe that GTA 6 is going to be good. Why do I think that? A few reasons. Red Dead 2 was phenomenal. I was a big fan of Grand Theft Auto 4. I enjoyed the story for GTA 5. I imagine that the story, this is very assumptuous of me, considering Rockstar does actually have a pretty good track record, but given the state of AAA storytelling the last couple of years, there's going to be some forced wokeness with sketchy dialogue. That's my bet. Like that's probably the one thing that's going to be off about the game. Is, let's be honest, voice acting the last couple of years has taken a big downfall for some reason. We've all noticed it, but nobody wants to say anything. I can't believe I haven't really heard anyone talk about that. The voice acting for most video games, like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, hell, even longer than that, was better than it has been for the last like 3 years. You know, I know I'm using years a lot here, but that's how long it's been, and people don't want to talk about it. I'm talking about it. These issues need to be known, because at the end of the day, the game is going to be very expensive, and it's going to cost you a lot of your rubles in order to purchase it and have some fun with it. And unless you want to wait for it to go on sale, which, let's be honest, 99% of Grand Theft Auto players aren't going to do that, then you're going to be spending a lot of money on a game that is up in the air at the moment. You know, it's been delayed several times, which is never a good thing. Like, I mean, look at Anthem and several other games. I don't care to continue naming names, but there has been a lot. Concord. Like, there has been a lot of games that have completely fell flat, and not because they didn't sell well necessarily, but because the games are kind of mid. You know? It just took, the quality took a massive dive a couple years ago, and I just really hope that GTA 6 wasn't a victim of that, because like I said, I hope it's a good game. I won't be surprised if it's not. You know? I think you know what I'm getting at. You're a clever girl, you figure it out. Why to make this video in the first place is probably what you're asking yourself right now, and honestly, just because it came to me the other day that I am looking forward to GTA 6. Every time somebody asks me, are you looking forward to it, I usually respond with a firm no. Like, not really. It's, you know, like, because I didn't enjoy GTA 5, I just assumed that I would have a similar opinion. But recently playing through Red Dead, or, well, not playing through, but just playing Red Dead Online, it's been a lot of fun. I thought I had some meat. Okay. It's been a lot of fun, and I just hope that this fun translates to the next game in Rockstar's repertoire. You know, like, they've been working a long time on this, and if the content is subpar, there's gonna be problems, and it's not gonna be my problems. I'm gonna be sitting back and laughing, telling you I told you so. But you know, there are certainly gonna be some people who are gonna be incredibly disappointed by it, and you know, let's hope that Rockstar aren't the next company to get completely boycotted. That's happened a lot recently because of companies like Ubisoft being just total dicks, and you know, DICE as well being not exactly the greatest to their player base over the last couple of years. You know, I don't know why I'm such a skeptic, but I guess I just really don't want people to walk into this expecting it to be the greatest game of all time. That's really unfair expectations to set for any game, and considering Rockstar has a pretty good, you know, track record, I genuinely do think it's unfair to expect them to deliver nothing but wins. But at the end of the day, that's what people are expecting, and that's what they have to deliver, and if they don't, well, let's just say it might not end pretty for them unless they bring it back with a layup with Red Dead 3 or some shit like that, you know. But that's really all I had to talk about in this video. I just wanted to make my opinion. I don't know why I felt I had to, but I wanted to make my opinion known and give my take on GTA 6 and just give a couple of things that I'm hoping to see. Because all things considered, I believe it's going to be good. I really want it to be. Just always be skeptical. Being skeptical is never a bad thing. Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. But yeah, have a good day, man, and I'll catch you later. See ya. Hey, if you watched this far, that's a big thank you from me. I appreciate you an awful lot. Just to clarify before I sign off here, I'm not trying to be a dick for the sake of being a dick. I'm really not. I want to give some facts, you know, another point of view, you know, from somebody who currently lacks trust in AAA developers. But at the end of the day, I'm still hopeful for the game. I believe it's going to be good. Will it be the best game of all time? Don't be an idiot. That trophy very clearly goes to The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, and that's another hill I'll die on. But beyond that, I don't want to upset anybody. I don't want anybody to be butthurt. Just you know, be nice. don't expect too much from Rockstar, considering if it's not a great game, you can always come back to Red Dead.